What is up, friends and family of the internet? Ninja Nick 333 is here, back with another round of the Oceania International Championships of the Pokemon Trading Card Game. Or OCIC, is a lot easier to say. It looks like we have previous world champion Henry Brand versus Justin Bakari, who is a friend of mine. Bakari is the guy who always is the most deserving to win a regional because he is regional, international, all that, because he is like one of the most skilled players in the game, but he's also like the most unlucky. There was like 4 regionals or something in a row where he got 9th place. It was absolutely insane. So as you can see here, other prize cards, looks like this is going to be, oh, big surprise, a Lugia mirror match. Who would have thought? They probably saw these two names were playing in round 2 and they're like, you know what? We got to show this on stream. I'm not sure if the players from the previous round, from round 1, are known players in their own regions, but usually they put a lot of well-known players on stream and they don't put a lot of unknown players on stream unless they're playing something super, super interesting. And oh my god, what is up with the lighting? I can't... The table has disappeared. They better fix that. I mean, I can see kind of okay, but I'm oh man, that's bright. I like to have everything on dark mode, but anyway. Looks like we have a Manaphy start from Henry, who is going first, and a Lugia start from Justin Bakari here. So, since Bakari's going second, you would want to start something that's not Lugia, so you get a 1-prizer knocked out. As I've explained in the various Lugia mirror matches that have gone on in times that have been past. Previous, like, 3 regionals I've commentated or whatever. That's just generally the game plan, but he must have only had the Lugia V, so that's what he was forced to start with. Looks like we are going for the capture on the Manaphy, which will allow it to retreat, but also gets the Oranguru out. Oranguru is great for putting those energies from your hand back into your deck so you can re-accelerate them with the Archeops later in the game. For those of you who don't know what Lugia does, you must be new here. But Lugia VStar's VStar power does allow you to get 2 colorless Pokemon from your discard pile and put them on the bench. You discard 2 Archeops, which are stage 2 colorless Pokemon that say you can put 2 special energies from your deck on one of your dudes. And that's how the deck functions. You basically only really play the Lugia just to get the Archeops out, and then you just play a bunch of like interesting tech attackers that work with Aurora energy that Archeops can power up very easily. You play Radiant Charizard, you can attack for the 1 fire energy, or you can attack with multiple energies because you can accelerate them with the Archeops. You can attack with Yveltal, which can just one-shot literally anything in the game. With the effect of its attack, it does not do damage. And you play sometimes Raikou, which can do 120 and 120 to the bench, which that Manaphy will be blocking. Looks like for that was pretty much it for Henry's turn, so we go over to Bakari. We see an Evo Incense for Archeops and an Ultra Ball, discarding that Archeops to get another Archeops, also discarding boss's orders. We likely will see maybe something like a Quick Ball to discard this Archeops, or maybe another Ultra Ball. Either way would be great. We also see an Aurora for turn. That's going to discard that Archeops, so that is perfect. Since he did start the Lugia and is going second, he is going to want to bench that second Lugia, which is perfect. So yeah, as we can see, his only options for starting were Lugia, and that's why he started that way. Pretty unfortunate for the mirror match, but that's just Bakari. He is the unluckiest player in the game. We do have a Marnie from Bakari. That will hopefully brick Henry's hand so he can't do anything, but maybe Henry will be able to pull back either way. Bakari's trying to decide what he wants to do with his 5 cards in hand. Looks like he is going to use Lugia's Read the Wind to discard a card and draw 3 cards, discarding that Bird Keeper. Kind of looks like he played the Bird Keeper, but he didn't switch Pokemon, which is a little funny. We are going to see Evo Incense coming out from Henry here. That will most certainly be getting an Archeops. Yep, there it is. Hopefully we have a way to discard that bad boy. One of his cards is currently marked because it's like sticking completely out of the sleeve. So hopefully he gets that fixed. I couldn't really tell what it was. Maybe Lugia VStar? But that's clearly marked if it's sticking that far out of the sleeve. So he's going to want to just take the bottom of his deck and just tap it on the table, and that'll fix it real easy. But when you're shuffling, if you have the top of your deck like that and the card is sticking out, like that's a real easy way to tell where that card is. So a little fishy from Henry there that he should have been able to see that and didn't immediately fix it. I think it's still like that in there too. Looks like we go Capture Energy on the Lugia to get the Yveltal. Knowing that Justin has 2 Lugias out, he's going to definitely want to have that Yveltal option available so he can just one-shot the Lugia V-Star. He's going to probably want to use his Lugia V-Star to one-shot this Lugia V that's active right now. So we're going to see, are we going to be able to get to the double Archeops in the discard? And are we going to be able to get the Lugia V-Star into play? And that Ultra Ball, I think, got us there. We'll have to see. That's at least 1 Archeops in the discard. I'm not sure if I missed one earlier. And, of course, Pokemon Stream bugging out. That's cool. Alright, we are using the V-Star power now, and yes, that is 2 Archeops. So, since Henry was able to go first, and because Bakari had to unfortunately start that Lugia V, this is going to possibly be a landslide victory for Henry game 1. It's just not looking good for Bakari at all right now, but he can definitely pull it back if the cards are drawn right for him and not for Henry. So we get double turbo powerful. Those cancel each other out with the power boost and debuff, so that Lugia will still be doing 220. We're going to retreat, put up the Lugia, and we're going to one-shot Bakari's Lugia, taking the first 2 prizes, the first prize cards at all of the game. And Bakari looking a little scared there, I would think. We're going to have to see. It's also interesting that the regionals have the face cams, but the internationals, instead of having the face cams, have this weird thing where they just like do action shots all the time. I know I was complaining about the action shots in the previous round, but I guess that's their way around having additional cameras, but I don't know. You'd think that they would have more cameras at an international than they would at a regional, but I just don't quite understand how they do things around at Pokemon. So we do have the Lugia V-Star. We are going to go for the V-Star power to get the double Archeops out. So we have at least that. We're going to have to see if we can get to the triple powerful colorless energy on this Lugia. There is 1 in his hand, so he's going to have to use those Archeops to get powerful colorless out of his deck. We're going to see. I wasn't quite sure how many he prized, if he prized any at all. I don't remember his prize cards quite that well, but he should have access to at least 3 of them, because I don't think there was any more than 1, if there was 1 at all in his prize cards. Also, Bakari is like freaking ripped too. Look at those biceps. They scare me, honestly. I always forget how ripped he is. Every time I see, because I don't think, like, when I first met him, I don't think he had those arms. So he uses the first Archeops to get double powerful colorless energy. He does have the 1 in hand, so this should be enough to just take the one-shot on this Lugia V-Star. Then we'll likely see the Yveltal Amazing Rare, come up, get fully loaded, one-shot this Lugia VStar, and then Henry's going to only have one prize Pokemon in play after taking 4 prizes, and Justin only taking 2. And that's going to make it a lot harder for Justin to be able to get there, so... Yeah, pretty much looks like a lost cause for Justin here, but we're just gonna have to see. Quick Ball, the nice old art from the Diamond and Pearl series, discarding a double turbo energy to get a Luminion. Luminion for boss's orders. He's gonna take out an Archeops. That's a very interesting play. So because that Lugia has the double turbo energy on it, it's gonna be very unlikely, especially with the V-Guard energy Bakari got, to be able to one-shot the Lugia with the... one-shot Bakari's Lugia with Henry's Lugia. Also, Kat, what are you doing? She's like trying to break into my closet like she thinks there's something in there. There's nothing in there! Always makes me think there's a mouse, but there's not. I know there's not. Weird cat. But yeah, takes out that Archeops. So that is a real way that Henry could win, or Henry could lose, because that Evital can't get powered up in one turn now. And his Lugia isn't doing too much damage, but as you can see, Henry has his own boss's orders to still get around that and take the knockout on the Luminion V. My cat is in full zoomy mode now. She's looking at the spirits in the air and running after them. So yeah, that was perfect play from Bakari. Not something that you would normally see in a mirror, but again, that just goes to show you how good he is. He puts the V-Guard energy on the Lugia to make sure it's protected from Henry's Lugia, and takes out the Archeops to make it so the Evital can't get powered up in one turn. I think his next play, if possible, would be to boss the other Archeops again, because then the Evital still won't be able to be charged up in one turn, because there will just be no more Lugias. And that is a great way to utilize the double Luminion that are in a lot of these decks as well. So we do see one going down for Bakari here, but if he gets another Luminion, he could search another boss. The only problem is if Henry has yet another boss after that, or Serena even, it's going to be game either way, because he could just pick off the next Luminion. What? I'm sorry. What? What? What was that? Did they literally just cut away from the game and show KO on the screen behind them? Well, I'm not going to be able to get to the right spot, am I? I have to see that again. I cannot believe that they're stupid enough to do something like that. I quite literally don't believe that just happened. Okay, yeah, maybe it didn't happen. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe the spirits are... No, it didn't. KO. What the... Why? Who thought that was a good idea? Take away from the game to put KO on the screen. This is a card game, not football. Just every time someone scores a field goal or whatever it's called, or a touchdown, I don't sports. Do they cut away from the game and then splatter it all over the screen? Is that what they do? Every time you play, someone is playing chess, they go pawn taken or something. I don't know. That's so stupid. Oh my god. I'm sorry that I'm complaining so much, but oh my god. Like, I'm just completely taken off guard now. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, it's bad enough that they're already putting the decks on screen to leak to all of the players in the tournament that can see the screen from where they're sitting. But then to just have KO show up on the screen while they're playing, are you trying to turn this into VGC? Well, anyway, we got a capture energy being attached for Bakari. Trying to get to the actual game because I'm so distracted right now. And then a research. So he's probably going to be attacking with that. He might be attacking with that Archeops this turn. He might be going back into his Lugia though. So we're going to have to see which way he wants to go. The problem is he did play that research instead of boss. So that Archeops is going to be able to do the... You know, it's going to be able to fully power up that Yveltal now. Which is scary for Bakari here. Because Henry's already taken 4 prizes. All you need is that Yveltal to come up, get charged up by the one Archeops, and then it knocks out the Lugia, and that's it. Looks like we are going to be attacking with Charizard, though. He does get the Choice Belt, Aurora Energy Charizard, to be able to take the one-shot there. So it'll just come down to, does Henry have the boss this turn? He does go Quick Ball, discarding whatever. Looks like Lugia VStar. And as long as he has Lumini... Oh my god, don't do that! Okay, so he did get the Luminion with... Okay, this is worse. I have to stop the game now. So the first time it was just distracting. This, I could not see what was happening during the game. So the KO animation for Bakari taking a knockout happened while Henry put down the Luminion and got the boss and played the boss and took the final 2 prize cards. So you couldn't see almost all of Henry's turn because they cut away and put KO on the screen back there. If they really wanted to put KO on the screen so bad, they could have put it like up in this top corner. It's like when you're watching Twitch and they have someone's stream has the sub alert where it's like the sub alerts, the follow alerts and everything, and it takes up the whole screen so you can't see the gameplay anymore. No, just put it like in the nice little corner, like over the chat box or something. That's kind of what I do. I try not to put it over the whole game so you can't see it. Oh my god. That's so distracting and you can't watch the game. All right. I'm gonna stop complaining about it now. If it happens again, try to ignore me. I'm sorry. Rant over. No more negativity for the rest of the day. Alright, so it looks like 1 powerful 2 capture for Bakari, so he might have a hard time getting set up here. But otherwise the prizes aren't too meaningful. So, looks like Bakari did choose to go first. Starts Lugia again, this time better because he went first. Attaches powerful and passes, so he doesn't have any Archeops in the discard. You want those in the discard as soon as possible. And also, they still need to fix the lighting on the match. Okay, sorry. Try not to complain. And Henry does start the Oranguru, which again, you want to start one of your 1-prizers if you're going second in the Lugia Mirror. Mitigate the risk of the opponent taking 2 prize cards as their first knockout. Also, out of curiosity, I don't know what that thing on the stream table is for. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments. I'm going to assume... Oh, they finally fixed the lighting. Again, good. I'm going to assume that it's so that the judge can watch the stream as well. That would be pretty cool if so. Or maybe it's just an additional screen to like see maybe a judge Discord if they're like talking to each other through that maybe? I'm not sure. It's pretty cool that they have 2 screens though. We are going to use the monkey to switch the top card of the deck and then quick ball away an Archeops. As always, that's what you like to see. That is what happens. Looks like Bakari's like, you use this, right? I'm going to mark it. And there you go, using a coin. That's the way I like to see it. We are going to use that Luminion to get a Marnie, it looks like. Capture energy, probably to get Lugia. Bakari's not happy. But Bakari didn't really do anything with his hand in the previous turn, so he might just not have anything. It's so weird, though. You still want to go for the Marnie because you just don't... Lugia's turn ones always look really bad, but they could be really strong. Like, literally just, like, attach pass for Bakari could have been fine because he could have had... like a research with 2 Archeops or something in his hand, you know? And then that research would have got him into the VStar, and then all of a sudden he wins the game, basically, you know? So by, you know, playing the Marnie, Justin only has 5 cards after his draw for turn, instead of, you know, 7-ish. 7, 8 altogether over the first 2 turns. So we are going to Ultra Ball. Again, can't see the board. Looks like that might be another Lugia VStar. Yep, that is Lugia VStar apparently. A little curious that... Well, I guess, yeah, because you want 2 Lugia if you're going second, because if Bakari does end up going Boss's Orders or Serena, you want to make sure that you still have a Lugia on the next turn to use the Summoning Star ability. So yeah, if you're going second, you always want 1 Prizer as your starter, and then to get 2 Lugias down. If you're going first, you want to just put a Lugia in play, attach to it, and then get a couple Archeops in the discard pile by the end of turn 2 while getting your Lugia V-Star to do all the things. Looks like we are going to go for a quick ball away Archeops to get Luminion to research. Hopefully there's another Archeops in Bakari's hand here so that we can still get going. A little unfortunate that Lugia can't play something like Cross Switcher. Pokemon Catcher is a flip, unlike it was when it was originally printed, so that's not really a playable card either. But looks like it's an Aurora Energy, so that's actually pretty upsetting, honestly. We're gonna have to see if there's Archeops and way to discard it here, otherwise Bakari might have to go for a single Archeops turn, and especially with that Evital on the bench, you don't want just 1 Archeops. I see an Archeops in hand, but the reason Bakari's thinking so much is there's likely not a quicker Ultra Ball in his hand. Alright, so we are going for just the 1 Archeops. Unfortunately, we are going to use that ability, and it looks like we're going to get a double turbo and hopefully a V-Guard if that's available. Reduce the likelihood that your Lugia gets a 1-shot. Looks like we're just going double turbo. Maybe the V-Guard is in hand? He hasn't attached yet. Yep, V-Guard is in hand. And we take the knockout. So that's about the best that Justin could have done with his turn. He does have a Choice Belt prize too, which could matter if Henry gets a V-Guard energy on his own Lugia. So we are going to go for the 2 Archeops there for Henry. That's 1 Archeops better than Justin's. We are going to use the first one to get 2 energy cards from your deck there. Let's see which special energies he chooses. Probably double power. Yep, he's going triple powerful capture off of his 2 Archeops. He's got a Luminion for probably a research. Oh no, Irida. He's got an Irida for the choice belt. And then at that point, Bakari's already lost the game. Yep. And that's why you play Irida in this deck, folks. You can get a Luminion with it for the next turn, and you can just get your choice belt when you need it to get around the V-Guard energy. It also allows you to search your mana fee. So, yep. Yeah, why risk it with a research when you can guarantee it with an Irida? And again, we KO! Yay, I'm so excited. I just saw the lighting flicker weird again, too. So I'm not sure what Bakari does to come back into this at this point. He's only got one Archeops. Yeah, I guess he can attack with Luminion and just put something useless up. Maybe he can bench like a Mana Fee. We haven't seen a Raikou from Henry, so maybe he doesn't play it. So maybe just utilize a Mana Fee now. Looks like he is going to go for the 2 Auroras onto Yveltal, though. I guess maybe not attacking with the Luminion. Maybe he's just trying to sacrifice this and then attack in with the Yveltal. But then what's your follow-up play after that? Looks like attach and Marnie? Yeah, I don't see any way that Bakari wins this game at all. Like, in game 1, you saw he played it really well and he had a chance. He was able to almost come back, but Henry just had everything he needed. And then this game, Bakari gets 1 Archeops down and then 1 shot. And then the boss for the Archeops. So this is more than just game now. This is just, like he could have attacked the Yveltal and took the only real attacking threat off the board, but he's taken the energy acceleration threat off the board. So, I mean, it's... and yeah, and the Yveltal, because he didn't get, like, a double turbo on it, or an Aurora, there's not a way that it can get powered up in the next turn, so... yeah, going for the Archeops is definitely the correct play here. And... just super unfortunate for Bakari. I mean, if I were him, I wouldn't even be bothering to continue playing the game. Like, maybe he's just trying to do it for the stream, but I would just be packing it up and going on to, like, go get a snack or something. Just, like, try to de-tilt, because I would be really tilted if this exact situation happened to me. And yeah, he's shaking the hand now, so that is it for round 2. That was a rough game for more than one reason. I will say that. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to make that YouTube algorithm happen. Or happy. Yeah, happy. We want it happy. We don't want it to happen. I don't know what happening means in that regard. I like to misspeak a lot. Yeah, and check out the Twitch and Twitter and all that good stuff. We will see you guys next time for round 3.